I just want to say a few words. Dear friends and respected colleagues, thank you for being a part of this year's Basketball Clinic Belgrade 2020. Serbian Association of Basketball Coaches has a mission to provide permanent education of basketball coaches, and they've been doing it for many years now. Unfortunately, due to the virus pandemic, this year's clinic is going to be in a bit different format, but it's not going to be less interesting. I want to thank to the Serbian Association of Basketball Coaches for the efforts to make this clinic in such complicated times, and I want to thank for the opportunity to be a lecturer here. It's a great honor and a great obligation for me, and I hope that this subject will fulfill the high criteria of the lectures so far. I want to thank my friends from Basketball Club Red Star who helped us in finishing this project. First of all, thank to Coach Milos and the players of Under 18 team of Red Star. Today's subject is perfection of tactics with young players and cooperation between 2 and 3 players through specific drills. Methods of working with the young players is special. It's different than working with the professional teams. The priority in working with the professional teams is getting good result and strategic goal of the organization in the shortest possible time. But the priorities in working with young players are as follows. First of all, that's biological development of players, so social development, psychological development, and what's our job, technical and tactical development, and at the very end achieving some results, but as a way for young players to learn their way into competitions and to compete. So it's a totally different than from the professional teams, and it requires different approach and planning, training process. The basics of tactics is cooperation between 2 and 3 players. That's mostly cooperation between 2 outside players, 2 inside players, or guard outside and a big man. There are many different ways of, but for today we will go through these drills which will cover all these positions that we mentioned. You can also recognize the cooperation through phases of the game, cooperation in fast break, in early offense, or in set offense. I think that today players should not be running too much because they are in a training process, and thank them for being here when they had their day off to help me. So we're going to show some drills which will get cooperation on a half court and through some set offense. But all of that is possible with some small adjustments made into a drill, and you can do it on a full court. You can simulate cooperation in fast break and so with some modifications to get into some fast early offense. This cooperation can be done by passing, by a handoff, which is a double cooperation, which is passing and setting a direct screen, or by using pick and roll, and cooperation between 3 players. It can be passing, with passing game, give and go, by setting a direct screen, or using the 3rd player, and setting indirect screens, off-ball screens, which are flares, screens, cross screens, and all different kinds of screens. So you see that there are a lot of things that we should learn our players and to train them to be able to do it in a quality way in the game. In that way, they should gain some result and increase their value. Here I must say that the group tactics cannot be watched separately. It's called group tactics because of some analytics and teaching, but if in cooperation between two players, the other three players do not recognize their positions on the floor and they do not know what they are doing, that cooperation between two players will not be good. Or if three players are cooperating, if the other two are not following their position on the floor and the cooperation of the other three players, that cooperation will be unsuccessful. So players have to go through all the positions possible, through all the positions on the floor, so they should get some certain concepts to understand what's it all about in order to have that cooperation in a quality way. What are the things that make one cooperation successful? That's recognition of the situation, which are the positions on the floor, where are positions all the other people who are involved, not only their teammates but also the defenders. Also the players need to have a good communication between themselves. Good communication is very important for good communication. It can be verbal or non-verbal. Verbal communication means that somebody is saying to somebody else that he is late or that he forgot something, that he's not in the place where he's supposed to be. So verbal communication is very good and very necessary for defense, but when we talk about communication in offense, that's non-verbal, which means that the sign for some offensive set is something that I presented, like a stop or dribble to one side. The quality cooperation also means fast decision making. Players are not standing in one spot. They are trained to make fast decision, to make a correct decision, the right decision. When we talk about tactics, and of course, after that, one of the other things in quality cooperation is an exact doing the right technical element on the floor. That's the key of the training process, to teach them how to do all of that. And of course, which is the hardest thing, is to have a good timing. To have a good timing between 2 and 3 players when they're cooperating, if we talk about the basics of the group tactics in offense. That cooperation can be with a good timing, and then it has quality. It can be early or late, and that's not good. And then in that case, we need to have some savings, and that's bad for the offense and the cooperation. So we need to learn players to teach how they're going to perform something, and after that you need to teach them why they should do that, and also teach them to recognize where that should be done, and afterwards to make a decision, to communicate, and at the end to have their actions all ready. And I think that the players, through the training process, we have to remind them about all these things on an everyday basis. After the training and theoretical preparation, you have to teach them on a daily basis.
Trenažni proces, vidite, koji je, ne znam, analitički i radi lakšeg razumevanja podeljen na neke faze fizičke pripreme, tehničke, taktičke, psihološke, tako dalje, i integralne, ne znam, ali to je veoma...
Training process is a very complex thing, but my goal is, with these drills that I'm going to show you, to help coaches to to have balance and to optimize the training process and to be able through certain specific drills, most of these things to be able to go through. Everyday work on these things is helping for sure in getting a good result, and also it increases the individual quality of the players. So, in order to make it with a good quality, we are using some means and some drills, and I'm going to start showing drills. First of all, I want to show some drills that are in connection with the concept for the perception of the distances between the players. And these are well-known drills, and I don't think that these players will have trouble in showing them. So I just need one ball. I want one player here in the center of the circle. Take the ball. And you all put the balls down. Now you make an alignment in a huge circle around this player with the ball. I want to say one more thing about the characteristics of a good drill. Every good drill has got to have a task. It has to have a certain rhythm. It has to have a good organization of the drill itself. I think that the more participants in a drill is better, not only for the physical preparation, but also because of the communication on the floor, because of a focus. It's not the same even when you're introducing 2, 3, or 4 balls, and when it's something that's not specific for the game, but as a drill it's good, and it has its own goal. So the drill has to have a good organization. This drill, I think that every drill should have a loop, so that at the same time you are practicing from both sides. Whether it's on the half court, on a full court, and you just this drill is getting into one circle, and on a coach's signal it gets into another direction. So and of course, what's the goal? And it's the timing of the actions in the drills and good distance between players, 1 pass or 2 pass distance. And later on we will show some drills where young players are providing spacing for young players. They need to know what's the depth, what's the height of the floor, what are the inside positions or the outside positions, wing positions, where are the corners of the floor, where is the high and the low post. It's not enough just to explain it once and not to repeat it more than once. It is a process, and it's a daily, you have to remind them on a daily basis, and that's why it's called the training. And these are drills. If you want to have, the player has to be drilled, but not just to be told something, because in that way you are helping them to get good, healthy habits, which is the most important thing in working. And one of the preparations, habits are very important. Good habits are extremely important, as much as bad habits are deadly for every player. But in the game, in a team, you're getting what you allow your players. If you make a drill in order that the focus is just on one player and 90% of the team has a lazy movement, or it's not focused, or doesn't have to be focused. That's what you will get in the game itself. I think that you should have more players involved in a drill, and if the players are getting out of the drill, they should be in an active break. I don't believe in a passive breaks and the passive pauses during the practice. While the players are on the court, all players should be involved and all players should be working. Give the ball to him, please. It's a very simple drill. You pass the ball from the big circle and you pass the ball and you run for it. Put your right arm. So you're going to pass to the right. And where are you going to go? You will go to his position here. So you have to go away from the ball. So from the small circle, you pass the ball into a big circle and you fill in the spot. But just without the cones and some markings on the floor, let's see what's going to happen. At one moment, the coach will give a signal and we will just turn the direction of the passing. Pass the ball, go for your ball, and you fill in his spot. So we are keeping the distance. So focus. Maybe he didn't understand the drill, but focus on a simple thing. We have two tasks. From big circle to follow the ball, and from the small circle to go away from the ball. And I didn't put the cones. I just wanted to see what's going to happen. Give the ball to him. Stay there. So we go to the right side, to the right, the same drill, but just with two balls now. Just and a bit faster, please. Stop.
Stop.
Here it is. These are... I didn't get a chance to change the direction. Now we're going to go to the left. And let's try the pass from the small corner and to keep the distance. If we can keep the distance between each player to be the same, that would be great as well. If you understand what I want you to do, this is not a complicated drill. Come on, let's try it one more time. Now they're changing direction. They're going to... Stop. Which was the task? On a whistle from a coach, they should change direction. There's no stopping. Maybe it's a simple thing. On a whistle, we are continuing the drill and just to pass the ball to the opposite side. We go to the right, we go to the right. We go to the right side. Let's go. From the big into the small circle. Okay, stop. It's not bad.
To je verovatno I malo...
This was maybe a bit of a surprise for you,
Neke stvari moraju se... Ali evo, samo...
but just to show, it happened that they changed a couple of times spots, so guys, please give me 2 balls, put 1 ball in this corner and the other one in the other, so, and all of you get into different corners of the floor.
Znači ovo prosto još uvijek radim.
And the concept is timing, right timing,
znači pravovremenost akcije I
and the distance between players.
Idemo samo
Now just 2
2
passes.
pasa. Radimo ovde.
We do give and go here
Pas radimo po
by the sidelines.
Znači ti kreneš tamo, dodaš loptu. Daj loptu.
At the same time on the opposite side. Now give and go.
Pre nego što kreni malo unutra, pre nego što...
As you pass the ball, come here closer to inside.
Da vrati loptu, ideš tamo
and you pass the ball. And you pass the ball to the corner, and you go to the opposite corner.
Samo radimo po...
Now we just do it by the sideline. This is the first drill. We do give and go on the sidelines. Just give and go on the sidelines. Please get back to the starting positions. Is it clear? Just give and go on the sideline. Faster pass. Go a bit towards the ball. Go a bit in front. Do not wait for the ball in a spot. Do not wait for it. Do not wait for the ball in a spot. Get out for a bit. Yeah. Go towards the ball. And the same rule. Just to the opposite side. Now pass the ball to the starting positions. Now we're going to start. It's the same thing, give and go by the sideline. Pass, pass. And you cannot pass the ball there, you have to wait for the reversal pass. So we continue by the same rules as the previous. Nothing is strange here, everything is okay. Just a reaction, focus. We're just going to show it for 1 or 2 more times and we will change it. Okay, great. Stay there, give the ball here. And now the ball is going to go all around. So give and go, following all the lines, not just sidelines. Do not go that far. As you pass the ball there, just go 1 step inside, towards here. Just come towards me, pass the ball to him, pass, and now pass. Now we do two times give and go. Is it clear to all of you? You receive the ball from him and you do to this side here.
Znači radiš vamo, radiš 1, 2, 1, 2. Ajmo, kreni. 1, 2, brže, njemu, brže, odlično.
Great, that's it.
Ajmo, kreni. Gde gledaš? 1, 2, 2, bravo. Evo, ajmo brže, ajmo brže, ajmo brže. Ne možeš da čekaš, idi malo ka loptu.
Go towards the ball. Go a bit towards the ball. Every time, before you receive it.
Stalno imam utisak da imam naočare na... Ajde. Opa. Dobro.
Okay, this is good. Excellent.
Bravo, momci.
Everything was good.
Sve odlično.
Now make, please, 3 players and 1 ball. I need a triangle. 1 triangle small there, 1 there.
Nije bitno, ako ostanu 2 igrača, neka samo sa strane stanu, nije ništa strašno.
I just want to show one thing. These are some concepts. These were team drills. There are more and more of those drills. And I didn't say that these drills are set for the purposes of this lecture by some criteria of the complexity. But that doesn't mean that they should all be done at the same practice, but the coach can choose certain set of drills according to what he needs, because he has in some plan, some sense and some logic. So according to what he needs in the main part of the practice, that's how he's going to choose these drills. But I think that on a daily basis, players should be reminded about these concepts, where he should go, how he should go, how he should change direction. You've seen that I didn't tell you for a second what kind of pass it should be. I was not saying about the individual technique of passing and about the tactics, where are the windows for receiving the ball. And this is just the concept of timing and the distance between players. Now, this is something that you all do. You can make some certain pass that you want, passing technique, passing with 1 or 2 hands. But I want you after every pass, 2 players without the ball to change spots and nothing else. And nobody should remind you about that. So as you pass the ball, and players without the ball should change spots in the fastest possible way. So let him go and let him get to the spot.
Evo ovde, dobro, stop. Evo ovde sad, to jeste malo sad ovde, šta je uloga trenera.
I liked here with this team because they are guards probably, so they are maybe more aggressive and more agile. Everything is okay. I want you to wait. You cannot pass the ball immediately. Wait for him to get to his position, make a fake, and then pass the ball. And this player here is watching what happened. Okay. One more time, just to repeat it for 20 seconds, and that's it. Put your legs down, get into a stance. Try not to collide into each other. What's the point here? What's the idea here? You just need to avoid the following movements, not allow player to do it in the following way. And now where? Why should I go there? And what? So the hips should be lower down, change direction. Now one drill that give me 4 red cones and 1 yellow. And I just need 3 players, not more. One player is in the middle. All players are on the red cones. So this is the first drill. Pass the ball there. Pass will just go by this side. This is an interesting drill because it allows you to organize it with the whole team. I could have one rectangle on each of these positions, so now pass is just going to be just here. As you pass the ball to him there, you go to the yellow cone, you make a jump stop here in front of the cone, and you just pass, and you just get to this position here. In the moment when he starts making this cut, where did we say that? So what's missing there? We need a player there, so. But you will not go directly there, but also you will go first towards the yellow cone, and you get out. So you receive the ball here, and where do you pass the ball? Where did we say the passes will go? We just said that the pass is going to be by this side.
Evo još jedan atribut kvalitetne veže. Znači dobro, sad ovaj deo predstavlja
This part here just represents the part of the theoretical preparation for the players. Player has to understand the task, and he needs to do that task, and in that way we're practicing some personal responsibility of a player, because we have a small team of 3 players here, and the success of this team depends on whether this player here will do it in the quality way and in the way that he should. Where are you going now? And you see one more thing here. Why did you start? Running. Who has the initiative? We need to teach him who has the initiative. Who had the ball in the moment when you started with a cut? The ball was here. He passed it there. So who has the initiative here? After a pass here, he's supposed to do something, so he needs to make a cut. And you need to fill in a spot, so. So you tricked him. So you tricked him here. You went before.
Bravo. Ajmo, hop.
This is great. So now, so why did you go? I didn't want to. You can make this wider. You can do all different things from this, but this is just the idea of the drill. From the same alignment, and now this is interesting that from the same alignment, you need to design everything. My intention is just to give the idea here and not to get into details. Now every coach has its own philosophy, and he has some things that he considers. For example, that he thinks that he doesn't need a jump stop here. I think that you should first teach them to make this kind of cut, and these guys are already practicing for 10 years. They can change direction in a different way here. So we will not get into that, but if I said go towards the ball, go towards the ball, not behind her. Now with the dribble, get the ball here. Let's introduce the dribble here into drills. Now, for example, you will not go. You fill in the spot in a straight line. And you make a dribble with your right hand, and I will make it more interesting. So you make a jump stop here, back pivot, and a pass with the left hand. And you fill in his spot. And now, with which hand you make a dribble? If he had, you will have a dribble with the left. Jump stop, back pivot, and the pass. Now I'm repeating. You can do this in many different ways. There are already kids who are practicing for many years, and they're serious players for me. But now they're demonstrating something.
ovako napamet neki diktat. Ajmo,
And the coach is giving them task.
1, 2, pas, hop, idemo dalje, hop, ajmo dalje, ti sad. Tako je.
Fill in the spot immediately.
Popuni odmah, tako je. Desna, leva. Hop. Odlično. Evo sad već nešto.
Great,
super.
great.
Odlično, bravo. Super. Evo sad već nešto liči. I sad
Now the whole team can do this.
To može ceo tim da radi. Ovdje možemo da radimo šta
You
god.
can do whatever you want here.
Radimo ovdje, da
You can ask from this player to make a stop and to
jedan deo individualne
ask a part of
tehnike,
individual
neki
technique,
koncept
but there is a
saradnje,
concept of cooperation and
popunjavanje i tako dalje.
with,
Evo,
of
recimo,
cooperation and filling
bilo
the
zanimljivo
missing
sada da pogledamo da
missing
promenimo
gaps and
ovdje.
spots.
Idi desnom rukom,
Now,
dribling. I desnom rukom
now
dobij za leđa.
dribble with the right hand and pass the ball behind your back with the right hand.
Hop, tako, ajmo. I leva ruka. Tako, ajmo. Hop, hop, tako. Tako, bravo. Ajde. Dobro, odlično, dobro. I
Now
evo
for the
možemo,
end, for
recimo, za
example.
kraj, daj mu loptu ovdje, molim. Evo recimo, super, bravo sin. I sad ovdje recimo možemo...
Go
dođi
past
ovdje.
this cone
Dobro.
and get
Pa se
back
vrati nazad,
for 2 steps
dva, tako je. I sad ovdje
and
recimo
make
napravi
a
promjenu kroz noge,
crossover
nešto
through
dodaju
your
par-
legs and make a bounce pass
Izračun.
and go
Neka lopta ispred.
behind the cone.
Znači izvuci se ovdje iz nekog problema i ti sad isto to uradi. Znači dođi ovamo, ajmo tu, zaustavi, vrati nazad, promeni, dodaj, idi.
Stop, stop, stop,
stop.
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 Why do you go towards him?
Ka njemu. Znači oštra promjena prava.
You stopped here, make 2 strong dribbles and through the legs crossover and go behind the cone.
Hop, tako je, ajde. I tako sve radimo, brže.
So you can do whatever you want with the dribble.
Bravo, super, hvala.
Now give me another 3.
Dajte 3.
Give me the 3 smartest players. I need 3 smartest players. I'm just joking. All of you are smart and don't worry about anything.
Evo sad.
For example, I want 2 passes. Drill is done in a circular way, and on the coach's signal we can change every time. I want 2 passes.
Ti dodaješ ovdje.
And you pass it here, and where he's gonna pass?
A ti mora zameniš.
No.
Ali sad hoću da...
While as the ball is
Ide
flying,
lopta. Ne.
I want you
Nego
to
da
touch the
pipaš
yellow
ruku pa
cone and to come. So as the ball is flying towards this player, I want you to run here,
A ti da dodaš backhand.
and I want you to give a backhand pass
Bez oklevanja.
without hesitation.
Ti dodaš backhand. Ajde.
You pass the ball, and this is the concept. Extra pass, and on the first pass, what do we have? As he passes the ball, where does he go? Does he go towards the ball or away from it? You go away from the ball. You pass the ball there, and you need to go there, because you will get a ball on the second pass. On the second pass, yeah.
Ajde, uradi. Daj tamo loptu i kreni. Ajmo. Ti brže.
He needs to pass. He needs to pass a backhand. So
Dodaj, pa sad ako je tamo. Znači ovdje prije
you just receive the ball and immediately pass it.
Onako je tamo.
Pass it through.
To treneru problem da izvineš. Nije naš je. Ajde. Pas. Op, idemo dalje. Pas. Backhand dodavanje. Backhand. Odmah, tako je. Ajmo. Treneru.
Now change direction.
Bravo, ajde. Odlično. Ajmo. Bravo, ajmo. Odlično,
Come on.
ajmo dalje. Tako je, ajde. Stop.
Why do you wait?
Stani. A znaš da je kasno?
You know it's too late.
Znaš da je kasno?
This is the reaction here.
Recimo. Znaš kad kaže,
When the coach says, you know, he has a reaction that's slow
a verujem nikad nije verujem.
because he never practiced that. They've never done this before. I agree that there are
Postoje neke
certain characteristics of players. But it's not everything, leave it or take it or leave it. If it's so, you need to practice something. This drill, this is a really good drill. This is a drill of reaction. They're practicing, the sprinters, runners are practicing what is the difference between the first, second and the third one. Who gets, the difference is not in seconds, it's in a hundredth of a second. So he's practicing the whole life to be faster in a tenth of a second or in a hundredth of a second. Same thing is in a long jump. And you have a court here, so this is why it's the most beautiful game of it all. There are a lot of players on a small field, and who makes the right decision in the shortest amount of time, he will win the game. Pick up all the cones, please. Now from this concept, from this part, again, all of you please come into the court. This is very good drill for training in young categories, but for these players, very good drill to remind them about all these concepts. You're gonna play catch game, but there will be 3 players who are chasing game, who are chasers, and they're not stopping until they catch the last player. You have to cover the whole area. All 3 of you are passing between each other, and you need to touch the player in order to increase the number in your group. So the 3 of you, the smartest players. Now there are 4 chasers. Stop. And now, for me, it's a very important thing is in a drill simple as this, I find very important things, very interesting things. My question to the team with the ball is, did you have communication of any kind, and were you chasing one player, or it was a random thing? So it was a random thing, and that's not good, because basketball is a team game, and the team needs to have the same idea. So I would prefer if some of you gave some suggestion. Oh, look, there is that guy over there. Let's chase him. There is this guy, we're going to chase him. So we do it together and we catch him. So afterwards we say, okay, let's catch this other one as a team. So you need to communicate. Go wide. Stop. Why are you chasing behind him? If the 2 of them are on a first pass, your job, your position is here. You need to spread. Okay. So this is for coaches to have the idea what to do. There is one drill and you do it probably all the time. Who is the fastest here? You go. So the ball is safety, so he can touch anyone he wants unless he has the ball in his hands. So ball is the rescue. This is a very interesting drill for me. It's great. This is a very serious thing. If you've seen here, if you noticed, the players are always trying to chase the player who is running away. It doesn't matter if the angles for passes are good. Why didn't you use a third player, to make the pass over a third player? Save him in a different way. Do not keep the ball in your hands and he cannot see you. But let's make two passes and he's gonna save him. Pass the ball. See now. Now your reaction here. Where were you? And the ball is going towards this player here. So what are you waiting here? You think he's going to pass you like this? If the ball is flying towards me, you go away, go wider. He's going to catch you if you're close to him. Now communication, miscommunication. And these are preconditions for good communication. On a drill like this, we should not make a turnover like this. There was no communication between the passer and the receiver. Now each of you take the ball except two players. Two players are without the ball. All of these are small games. The previous game was saved by the ball, and here pass is a savior here. So all of you are dribbling the ball, and we will have one chaser and one player who is a savior. So you can only chase and get the player who is dribbling the ball. So let's see how it works now. You run towards him, so if you're stupid, but you're not. If you're not too intelligent, you would use a dribble to run away from him. He's faster, of course, because he's without the ball, so you would become a chaser. But since you're smart, you need to find a way to pass the ball to this player here, and you're saved. And you... Is it clear? Okay.
Tako je. Čekaj, nema tu priče, pa nema tu. Imamo jednoga bez lopte koji juri I uvek imamo jednoga bez lopte koji spašava.
You have one chaser without the ball, and you have one player who is a savior without the ball. Stop.
Stop. Evo ga sad.
See what happened now.
Evo sad šta je bilo.
There were 2 or 3 good passes here, and where did we break?
Gde je ovaj tim ovde pukao?
In the moment when you pass the ball, your team broke. When you pass the ball. When you pass the ball, you were so happy that you saved yourself that you continued watching on the opposite side and he continued chasing. Now here is a suggestion for you. The player who passes the ball and saves himself needs in an urgent way to have a good view of the floor, to change his position and to get into the middle in the best possible position to help by receiving a pass for somebody else. Always dribble the ball. So there is no panic, no running away. No running away with the ball. We are following the basketball rules. You cannot run away like this and you made the traveling violation. Immediately put the ball down and pass the ball to the other. This is a team drill. This was more than okay. Now we're going to leave the ball and I'm just going to show one more drill regarding these games for the team. And this is also something that you more or less do, and you all know it. We have how many? 10, 11 players. Okay. I need 10 players to be here, 5 white and 5 red players. This drill can be done with the whole team. It doesn't have to be 5 on 5. It doesn't have to be 6 on 6. My friend of mine, if you have 18 players, then it's going to be 9 on 9. Now we're going to do 50 passes. We're not going to do till 50, but you're all shouting and counting. We're going to do it till 10, 15 this time, 15. Let's see the matchup, who is guarding who. And now we have a task here. There is no give and go. There is no such thing. And depending on the position on the floor, you have a task to touch parallel lines. So you have to touch either sideline or a baseline and the half-court line. Now you pass the ball, and before you get back into the game, you have to touch the line on the floor. Stop. Which line did you? That's a sideline. Which lines are we touching? Just baseline and half-court line. Now, white team. Stop. What is the task? After the pass, either side, either baseline or you can touch the closer line. Now we're going to touch the sidelines, just sidelines. We're touching after making a pass. Good. Excellent. Now with this drill you can fulfill a part of a physical preparation, part This is about. Since this is a basketball, we didn't come to hitting a target and going towards the basket. I need one cone here. I will put the yellow one in the middle and one more red on the opposite side. And I want one line here in the. I want a line here in the middle. Now, some drills. You stay here on the yellow cone without the ball. And turn your back. Turn your head towards the basket. So one leg over the other. No. And you receive the ball here. So the task is to make a jump stop. To make a jump stop in two contexts, triple threat, and get back to the yellow cone. You don't care who is there. So as you finish this, now you backpedal and you go to the end of the line. What's very important here? We will use just 5 players here to show. In order to this drill to have a meaning, you need to know that you have odd number of players in order to get into a loop to go to both sides. There's a player missing there. You stay there.
Pas. Ajmo. Pas. Ideš vam. Gdje ćeš tamo? Vam. Ajmo sljedeći. Ajmo. Ideš nazad. Ajmo. Hop, tako. Ajmo sljedeći.
The next one. Come on.
Hop, ajmo. Tako. Ajde. Hop, tako. Gdje sad ideš? Tako, na drugu stranu. Ajmo. Brzo. Ajmo, brzo. Idemo. Eto. Evo. Dobro, bravo.
Okay, now red team out, white team in. And I need 2 more cones. Put yellow cones in the corner. Both in 2 different corners. Now this player goes to the corner. Now you go here.
Ti dođeš tu. Tako, to će ti priđi tamo, priđi tu. Tako.
Now you go towards the ball. As you pass it, go into a dip.
Utrči, daj ruke na loptu. Utrči, daj ruke na loptu, utrči.
Ask for the ball.
Utrči ovde, propusti ga, fintiraj.
You come here and you go to the ball side. You exit to the ball side. You have a task to pass it. And in the moment when they're receiving the ball here, you make a cut to the ball side. Why did you turn? What is important here? Once again, I'm not saying anything about the individual technique and pass or passing. Just the distance, the concept of a distance between players. But this is also a chance for a coach. Pass the ball, and you you made a turn like this. There is no reason for making this turn. You're going to the ball side. You're making an exit here. Now continue. Now let's make it faster. Let's do it faster. See the ball. Get the ball from one side to the other. Now let's change faster. Now red team in, white team out. Now we're going to do it even more fast, even faster. Now you will come, when you get to this position here, you're not going there. You make a back pivot and you go to the red cone. Now you back paddle there. And the coach can give a task here. He can maybe move not only in back paddling but in a defensive stance.
Znači jedan mali poligon, a opet ovde s ovom vežbom...
And here with this drill we're developing something.
Ajmo daj, ajde vidite ovde. Ajmo, brže! Brže
Faster pass.
Ne možete čekati. Brže pas.
Do not let him wait for you.
Odlično. Dobro.
Okay, good.
Dobro. Evo crveni...
Now red team, one more chance for you.
Sad vi ovde možete isto...
So the players can learn. You can also that there is this kind of move. He should not always go towards the ball. Maybe here I can make it complicated. Maybe the player is down here. And I'm fighting for the position. Where are you gonna make a cut here in this situation? You can make a cut here to this position. You can go wide. You can help me down there. So you need to teach your players. We have a potential cooperation between two players on a wing position and on the low post. So I need to help. I should not be in their way. This is a bad decision if you make a cut like this, if there is a full field position at the low post.
Ti tu isfintiraj neko dodavanje tamo, ti idi ovde na praznu poziciju, ovde prebaci i ti sad izađi. Evo, tako. Ajmo, brzo. Ajde, brzo. Ajmo, ajmo, ajmo.
Now white team. I need one player down here. And I need the player on the yellow cone. And also I need another player here. Now, what's happening? You pass the ball to him, make a fake triple threat, step out, and you can, whether you want to go from jab step or you want to bounce pass, behind your back pass, whatever. We're doing some other concepts. We're not doing things on individual technique, but we're doing basis of the group tactics. Now, pass to him. You here, as you receive the ball, you're supposed to be in a low stance, in a small drop. I would like you here to act like this, and to pass the ball from here down there. Or if you want, and you can make a step out and make a bounce pass towards him. Or you can do totally different, drop from here, and whatever you do, from all of this, it's from a triple threat to make one nice pass towards the player down there, and you finish the job. You're backpedaling, and you see around yourself. So where you should go, get into deep, and in the moment as he's going deep, you're feeling a spot here. Now, pass goes there, skip pass, and you go out on the yellow cone from the low post position. So you receive the ball, triple threat, and you should teach the player here that there is also swinging the ball possible. It's very important to swing the ball to one side, to the other side. It's way better to attack from a second closeout
I ne može to samo da se ispriča I da se nacrta I da ga onda pitaš zašto to nije
He
uradio.
needs to go through this to understand the importance of such thing. Backhand pass.
Pas tamo I gledaj gde će da trčiš. Gde si ti? Si tu, tako je, odmah. Ali u trenutku kad on ide dole, ti si otvorio...
He needs to open up to the red cone in the moment when he's going down.
Da bude ovaj skip. Razumeš? I onda ide, ajmo, pas ovde, ti izlaziš tamo. Ne, ti...
Did you pass the ball? Did you pass the ball to the low post? So why are you running away? You have a task.
Imaš zadatak. Evo sad, ajmo brzo sad. Sad brzo idemo. Brzo.
Okay. Now,
Ajde da vidimo, odlično.
let's see.
Da vidimo ovako crveni.
Red team. Can red team come here and to do the same thing without me saying anything and reminding them about anything? Let's see now what I want you to do. I want just to hear scratching of the shoes.
Dok ne škripi samo. Stani malo. Evo ga playmaker.
So the point guard, why didn't you organize the drill by yourself? Come on.
Ajde playmaker, ajde tamo, ajde.
Come on, let's do it fast.
Op, brzo. Pas, kretnja, pas. Nije taj zadatak. Ti kao da nema nikoga I nema ga. Tamo, pas, tako je, bravo, dobar zadatak. Tako. Odlično.
Continue.
Ajmo dalje, op, odlično. Bravo, evo, odlično. Bravo, momci, evo, svaka čast. Bravo treneru, bravo za trenera, bravo za
It was a good job from each of you, from the coach to the players.
I dok ovo ne ide ovako, dok ovo tako ne funkcioniše, nema tu govora o
So until the cooperation is done like this, there's no problem. I want another red cone here and one on the other side.
Ovde crveni tam, ajde. Brzo ćemo, nije ovo.
We will do this fast.
Ajmo dečaci.
Now here.
Ovde sad. Malo možda se spustiš u neku zonu napada, ovde ne mora to da bude.
It can be, this cone can be closer here in the offensive zone. So you have a task here.
Ja se izvinjam.
All of you need balls. I made a mistake. I didn't say it at the beginning, but each player needs a ball in his hand. From this red cone, after passing, you approach this red cone here. Who is the first one? You will get yourself open and you get out on that cone. After you pass the ball, what you're supposed to, you get close to this. So we do give and go. Make a cut. Now the tasks from here. He should not go too deep. He should receive the ball immediately. So we can maybe skip sometimes triple threat position, but you can receive the ball and put your hips down and make a bounce pass. I would like him to receive the ball in the moment when he steps into the paint, so he can choose the way that he wants to finish, with one dribble or without the dribble. So make this immediate pass. Put the hips down just and from this side, from the left side, I want you to pass with the right hand. And from the right side, I want you to pass with the left hand. On this cone, if you came from the right side, you pass the ball with your left. If you came from this side, you pass the ball with your right hand.
izađi da vidimo kako...
I will start first, I will show you,
Pa ću onda da...
and we'll continue.
Ajmo, kreni. Idemo ovde, odmah ovde. Pas! 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 Ja idem dalje. Pas! Pas! Utrčao sam dolje i sad ovdje imam neku završnicu i tako dalje i tako dalje. Gde sam baš sad promašio? A nikad nisam promašio.
Okay, you understand now?
Dobro, je li jasno? Ajde da prođemo jedan krug. Šta znači jedan krug?
Let's each of you now.
Šta znači? Ne, pola kruga. Ajmo pola kruga da prođemo. To znači da promenimo, samo da crveni
I just
budu
want
ovde, beli tamo. I gotovo. Ajmo.
red and white team to
Kreni.
change lines. As they are doing now, I can say something about the individual technique and tactics. You need to have focus where the pass is, whether it's on the inside or the outside hand. I prefer it to be from the inside. The same drill can be done on the full court. I don't want you to run too much, but you can do this on a full court, and you can change it like this, and you can do whatever you want. You can do conditioning from here and technical preparation, but what is interesting for me, that's cooperation and the basics of the group tactics. Now the next drill, and that's I need one player on that corner here. And where is the first player without the ball? Okay, you already came here. You're without the ball. You go out there. You receive the ball from him. You were cooperating with him, and we did that. So now you receive the ball from him, and I want you to swing the ball on the opposite side. Now pivot, pass the ball here to this player, go inside, and where you're going to exit, you go to the opposite side.
Kako je on krenuo ovamo, ti imaš tamo sledećeg svog, ideš u demarkiranje odmah i nastaviš. Okay?
You understand? Okay. Let's see how it works.
Ajmo.
Stop, stop.
Pa stani, bre. Čekaj, pa smo rekli...
You said that you're a smart player.
Ha? Pa dobro, evo sad ovdje ima i čunjeva.
What is the distance from the ball that you have? Do you think that he can make this kind of pass? In the moment when he received the ball, you come here to just one pass distance. And you go out. You're finished there. No, it was my fault. I didn't say it.
Idi, ti si gotov, na kraj kolone tamo, odlično. A gdje si ti utrčao? I utrčao ovo, tako.
You made a cut inside. Where's the next one? Okay, let's...
Ajmo ponovo, ostani ti gdje si treba da budeš, ti tu.
You go up.
Ideš gore, nema veze, ideš gore, ajmo, pas. Ajmo sad, na drugu stranu. Ne, ti si gotov. Čekaj, ti...
Where were you?
Gdje si bio ti?
You passed the ball?
Doda si loptu.
Why didn't you go out?
Što nisi izašao posle toga? On je prebacio tamo, otišao, ti si se demarkirao, ideš tamo, nemaš ti dalje ništa. Se razumeo, nisi? Nije ti baš nesno. Idi na kraj, sad će ti dođe sve. Ti ostani tu. Ovdje idi. Ajmo, kreni. Ajmo gore, na crveni, brzo. Ajmo, pas. Izađi, ti izađi, ej. Izađi.
You're out.
Ajmo dalje.
Player with the ball is out.
Ajmo dalje.
On the wing position.
Ajmo, izađi. Tako je. Ajmo, brzo.
So basically, when the player receives the ball on the wing position, he's out. He's out and he has finished his job.
Hop. Ajmo gore. Izađi. Brzo unutra. Ajmo, brzo unutra. Samo izađi, ajmo. Brže. Ajde se ovdje, evo, ajde. Brže.
Faster.
Ajmo, hop. Ajmo. Tako, ajde. Ajde. I evo ti sad.
And this is the drill. But you need to go faster. We need one more player. Pass and cut. Okay. Stay in the corner. Now.
Idemo. Sljedeći je ovdje.
Where is the first player? Let's see.
Da vidimo gdje je prvi. Ti si prvi. Ideš ovdje. Treba da okreneš ovamo.
Come to this corner. First, fast.
Dođi ovaj čoš.
Receive the ball.
Primi loptu. Izađi gore.
Go on the top. Pass the ball. Go inside. Pass the ball to him on this cut. Pass the ball immediately to him so that he can finish.
Dobro, ranije si mu dao. Daj mu, dodaj mu ranije. Tako je.
Finish.
Završi.
And go to the red cone over there.
Uzmi loptu. Pa ti ništa. Da sam ti rekao da radiš nešto s loptu. Nisi. Ti ništa.
You pick the ball. You pick the rebound and you go out into that line.
Prebaci loptu. Daj mu loptu, završi. Ajmo dalje. Ajmo krug. Brže ovdje.
Stop.
Stop.
From which side did you receive the ball? Where did the ball come from? So where is the cooperation? What's the task?
Ajmo dalje. Ajde. I po loptu. Ajmo, brže. Ne, zašto? Zašto si dao njemu sve? Jasno, a zašto si ti pustio, zašto si bacio loptu iz ruke?
Why did you throw the ball from your hands?
Jebi ga zajebo si, on greš, čekaj, mora da gledaju, svi mora da gledaju sve.
Where was the ball? There.
Tamo.
You go under the rim.
Tako, primi loptu, ajde. Ajmo sad ti izađi ovamo, ajmo, hop, ajmo da, izađi. Brže, evo ga, tako je, ajmo, ajde, tako je. Ajde dalje. Brže ovamo, ne bacaj ti ništa, zašto opet ti, ajde. Sve je u redu, ajmo dalje.
Do not catch the ball, you have a task, what you're supposed to do.
Tako, ajde, tako. Tako. Jasno, dobro.
Now you see,
Evo vidite, dobro.
it takes time. Drills are not so simple, but I don't like simple things. Basketball is not a game of simple things. The conditions are changing, but there are some rules. That's a corner, and that's in every game. That's a corner. This is a wing position at each game. So that's the only constant things, you know. The height of the rim, you know, and the measures of the floor. Where is the first player without the ball? Come here to this side. Sorry, you need to be on the opposite side, sorry. Get yourself open. Pass the ball to him and make a cut under the rim, towards the ball, towards the basket. Now, this is the task. You, as you receive the ball, make a backhand pass, extra pass to the corner, and you have to pass the ball here so that he's supposed to make a power stop here and with 2 contacts to score.
Ako vas dvojica to ne uradite brzo, ti nemoj da se zaustavljaš, nego idi pravo tamo, izađi u kameru.
If they're not able to pass the ball on time, you go out. So you have to make a fast exit here and cut inside. As he finished, you go for the rebound, you go for the ball there. That's your task for this player from the corner. And when you get the ball, you go to the line over there. And you, as you scored, you go out to the corner, to the opposite corner.
Ajmo, da probam. Pas, 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 pas. Bravo, stop. Evo ga. Evo ga.
Now we need to have a good timing. I told him deliberately not to stop. Now my question is, what are we going to do on and be working on? Should I be mad on him because he was fast, or should I be mad because these 2 passes were slow? Or the truth is somewhere in between. But I would rather work on keeping this player fast and aggressive, and to beat this player in a fast way, to get fast in the fastest possible way inside, to keep that aggressive movement, rather than saying, hey, do not go this fast because these 2 guys cannot pass the ball in a quick way. I want him to receive the ball, to be able to slam dunk. Does that mean that you need to get closer 1 step to this passer? But he should not be in a position not to receive the ball. We are getting closer. Stop. Okay. You know the rules? What is the length of the game? It's the same thing as previously when we played catch game. He passed the ball and he stopped. There's no stopping. I gave you a task, and you need to fulfill it. If I told you do not touch it after the basket, it doesn't care where it's going to go.
Pas, prišao si, pas, 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 tako je. Dalje, brzo, op, 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 tako je. Ajmo dalje, ajmo dalje, ajmo dalje. Faul, dobro, ajde, faul, ajde.
Okay.
Nema veze, ajde, faul. Ajmo dalje, ajmo dalje. Tako, idi po loptu. Ajde, tako. Idemo dalje, idemo dalje.
Okay, this is good. Now, for example, we can change this play. Let's have the starting alignment. You have different options. You have different options here, but let me see who is the first player here with the ball. Now we can put this player in a different corner. Now, for example, you go out, receive the ball there.
ovde ti opet priđi tamo. Opet ovde neka saradnja. Ostani dole.
Some cooperation.
Unutra kreni. Odmah da mu daš loptu, stop.
And you make a backdoor cut. The player from the corner is making a backdoor cut. And now where you should go?
Gde ideš ti sad? Zašto tamo?
You go to this
Ideš ovde.
closer corner.
Ideš ti tamo dalje, ti zameni mesta. Tako, pas, pas. Stop sad.
Where did you go? Where did you start? Now let's have a good
Da
timing.
vidimo, kad treba da kreneš ti da pročitaš. I sad ovde, vidite, ovde sad...
Now we're doing everything
sve
on a basic level. We are at the beginnings. We didn't come to decision making. So we're doing
radimo isključivo
exclusively one
jednu teorijsku
theoretical
trenažnu pripremu. Ja objašnjam moguće
technical
stvari.
preparation. I'm saying about the
I radimo tehniku dodavanja,
possibilities that you
kretanja i tako dalje.
have. You cannot
Možda
start
kreneš
earlier.
ranije.
I have a ball here.
Loptu
When I
ovde,
get the
sad
ball
ti
here,
krećeš.
you start.
I sad ovde može da se
It can
desi
happen
da
that we
stavimo
put a
trenera
coach here, so
ovde, pa ne znam ako je...
when
Kad je on primio loptu tamo,
receives the ball here,
trener
the
je
coach
izašao,
can
ne znam, došao
attack
odavde,
him there,
napao
so
je tu, pa da onda ide
if
dodavanje.
the
Ili je
coach
trener ostao,
is staying
ili je
there,
dao
then
neki
this
drugi uslov,
player
pa
will
je ovaj
finish.
otišao na koš, a nije dodao loptu i tako dalje, i tako dalje. Sve može
You can do
sve
all
radimo
these
na tome da
variety of things
razvijemo igraču,
in order to
možda da percipira
develop a
situaciju,
player,
da vidi,
to participate,
pa onda
to
da
see
vidimo
what's
gde je
happening
taj
on the
uslov,
floor and
kad ja treba, da li
which
treba,
conditions are
da li uopšte
fulfilled
treba
for
i
me
tako
to
dalje, i tako dalje.
make a certain cut.
Ali moraš da radimo zajedno. Znači, onog trenutka,
The moment when he
kad on
starts
krene
getting
unutra odavde,
inside, then
onda ćeš ti da kreneš, da ne zakasniš.
you will start.
Ajmo, kreni gore. Hop, pas, sad. I odeš na drugi obruč, nema potrebe na drugi obruč. Gde ćeš tamo?
Where are you going there? Why did you go
toliko duboko? Pa napravi
that
si faul
deep?
u napadu.
You made an offensive foul.
Zašto dozvoljavaš da te nosi inercija?
You receive the ball here,
Dobio
make a
loptu
jump
ovde,
stop,
naskočio
and
si i ti si dodao
you pass
zato
the
što
ball
ima
because there is a
nekog ovde. Ovde,
defense
ako ti
here.
možeš da ideš
If
tamo,
there is no
nećeš da
defense
dodaš,
here,
hoćeš
you will
zakucaš.
go for the dunk.
I ti si dodao i onda si napravio faul u napadu. I ovime, ti treba
You should
ovde
stop
da se
here
zaustaviš i da brzo promeniš. I ušao si unutra.
You receive the ball and
dodao
go
si
out
I otišao.
here. And that's the end.
I sad si zajav. Pa jesi, zato što ti inercija...
You made a mistake.
Ajmo. Vidi ga, on je otišao. Ajde. Tako. Tako, eto. I sad to može, odlično.
Stop.
Dobro, stop.
Stay there.
Dobro. Idi ovde.
No, just a quicker, faster rotation.
Donosi loptu, uđi unutra i odmah dode na backdoor. Ajmo. I gde ideš? Zašto?
And you go to the opposite corner.
I ti ideš tamo. Znači ovde sad,
Now
mora
you
da
have
se
to contain.
zadržiš, da te ne ponese inercija.
You pass the
ovde
ball
si dok
and
ideš
you go
tamo.
to the opposite corner because the next one is coming.
Da stigneš na vreme, da pogledaš tako, onda ne sme da krene sledeći dan. Ajmo, ostao si tu, idemo dalje.
You finished. You go at the end of the line.
Ajde. Hop.
Faster.
Brže, ajmo dalje. Hop. I tu sad možete...
No, you can demand as coaches, you can dictate them passing technique, whether it's a pass on top or from the top or a bounce pass. Just not allow them to give a direct pass because that's not going to be possible through the paint. And there are all different kinds of drills that can be done. Who is the first over there? Okay, you. Now from a direct step you will attack. Start with a dribble, get yourself open, skip step here to be able to turn your hips towards the basket. From a direct step, you put the ball down in a dribble. As you hear the dribble, you make a backdoor cut. On a dribble, pass, and you go there. And that's it.
I to je to. Sljedeći imaš, ajmo dalje. Idi tamo. Ti uzimaš loptu, završavaš i menjaš stranu. Ideš na drugu stranu. Ajde. Direktnim korakom. Brže, nema tu čekanja, ajmo. Ajmo dalje. Tako. Ajde. Tako. Isto, po istom principu.
By following the same rules, you can ask from
od igrača stani u ćošak tamo. Ili u ćošak.
by the same rules he is coming from the corner. But we will not do this direct.
Nego ćeš ti da promeniš recimo na onu stranu, idi tamo. A ti ćeš ovdje da se zaustaviš.
You will stop here in a triple threat position and you will make a cross step here. So as you pass the ball to him there, where you should go? You should go to the opposite corner. And then the next one is starting.
Ajde, nastavi. Ide prijem, hop. Ne, rekli smo
we said we have a different task.
Vidiš da je igrač tamo. Znači,
triple threat here,
petnja,
and you make a cross.
I ideš ukrštenim korakom na žuti čun. Ajmo. Tako, dribling, tako, ajmo. Ajde, krug jedan da obrnemo. Hop, tako.
There's no waiting, you need to react.
Mora da reaguješ, ajde. Tako, ajmo dalje. Tako. Odlično. Dobro.
Okay, now by the same rules.
Po istom principu, idi ovde. Molim te ovde. I sad recimo
From some concept of the game and cooperation of two players.
Zabij, dodaj. Ti ćeš isto da napraviš ovde.
You came from here, yeah? Attack with a cross step here. So as the ball goes down in the dribble, you will make a dribble, maybe even one more if it's needed to get to the free throw line, and you pass the ball there. From here you go immediately down. Do not allow yourself to get into the paint from here. One pass, and then from here I go here back and waiting for the next player. The next one who passed the ball is going there. So as he got into the dribble, I'm taking a shot here and I'm following my ball and changing side. These are some drills that you should repeat on a daily basis. Who's without the ball? Who's first? There is a player without the ball here. Are we going from a direct step or from the cross step? Who's starting first?
Onda idi na onu stranu, tamo, ajde. Beži iza njega. Ajmo, kreni. Ajde sad, ajmo. Beži ovom. Ti izađi ovom, ajde, hop. Ajmo, hop, pas, ideš dolje. Ajmo, tako je, menjaš mesta ovde, hop. Tako, ajmo. Ajde, brže. On krenuo napolje. Tako, ajde. Ajde.
Stop.
Polako, sve okej, sve je bilo.
Okay.
Tako, ukršteni,
Shot.
tako je i šut. Ti ideš ovde, tako je ti, ajmo, hop,
Wide.
ideš široko, odlično, ajmo, odlično, evo. Tako je, ajde. Tako, bravo.
Okay.
Dobro.
Now see,
I sad vidite.
all of that can be done.
Ostani dole u ćošku, molim. Ostani u ćošku.
Stay in the corner there.
I sad
No,
recimo ovde ćeš
you're going to continue.
Ideš ovde, opet ideš isto.
You can do the same thing here from the cross dribble step or with a direct, but you will continue here with another dribble. So as I continue there, I'm attaching players, defenders for me, with me, so we're going to make this pass outside. And I will continue to the yellow cone in the corner. Okay, start. With this cross start. One, two, outside. Can you make a mistake? No, he's coming. You came here and you go to the yellow cone and waiting for the reaction of the other player. No, everything is okay. Look, imagine that you have one and one there. On your first dribble, I started making cut in. You didn't pass the ball and you continued. I will change side and I will create space for him to.
Možda izbaciš za slučaj da je njegov pomogao s prvog pasa i tako dalje, nemam pojma. Ali to je koncept zabi dodaj.
That's the concept of
sa krila u ugao, a ima zabi dodaj na produženi
driving kick
sa ugla na krilo. I mi sad to vežemo. Nema njega ništa pomenjati, pusti njega da on sam, ajde. Idi, 1, 2, idi napadni, tako je. Brže. Ti možda
we can take a shot from here, from this. After this pass was made.
Ideš sad napolje, tako je. Ajmo. Tako.
Make a shot. You're free to take a shot.
Ajde. Ajmo. Evo. Dobro.
Good. There are a lot of things that can come from this.
Dajte na suprotnu stranu. Da vidim sad samo gde mi je igrač.
Where's the player without the ball? Okay, you're first one. Okay.
Ti si prvi. Odlično. Evo ga ovaj ovde s ove strane. Izašao si.
You got out there.
Izađi.
And again with the cross dribble start.
Ti sa druge strane popni gore. I ti sad ovde naskoči tako.
You make a jump stop here strongly and get the ball to the opposite side and go to the corner there. You can take a shot here and pick up the ball, but we're not going to do it because we want to make it faster for the sake of demonstration here.
Ajde, ideš na drugu stranu, ajde. 1, 2, skoči, dodaj, tako je, ajde. Ajmo brže. Op, evo. Pusti ga da sad ti ideš. Ti si krenuo ovamo, ajde, ti nemaš više ništa sa njim. Op, tako, ajde. Tako.
Okay.
Dobro.
Good.
Dobro, idemo. Dobro. Idemo sad.
You're the first one here. Okay, you stay there and you keep your position here. No, here.
Ti si ovde, pošto idemo iz direktne. Ne, krenem sam. Ajde, da.
Receive the ball there.
Tako, odlično. Spusti se niže.
Pass the ball to him.
Dodaj mu loptu
Put the ball down on a low post and
i završi. I ne, iza čuna. Iza čuna. Daj mu loptu i završi, tako je. Pokupi loptu.
pick up the ball.
Pokupi loptu ti. Ti na ovaj niski post. Ti na niski post.
And you go down on a low post. Come here, receive the ball, get it back, pass the ball on a low
Idi
post,
ti iza, tako iza leđa.
go behind his back,
Pokupi loptu, ti izađi
and you
ovdje na
go out
niski.
on low post now.
Jel u redu?
Can we do it faster? Okay, let's try.
Ajde, probaj. Ajde, evo da uvedemo i još jednog igrača. Ajde. Ajmo.
He should go behind,
Neka
not
njemu
towards
od lopte.
the low post, but
neka
away
njemu
from
blizu.
him.
Zamisli gde sam ja,
Imagine
recimo,
that
ovdje
it was a
korektno
correct
odbrana bila,
defense
ajde,
here.
izađi. Sve ovdje nekorektno, ja bi došao ovdje, tako izađi za leđa, tako.
Go behind the back.
Tako, ajmo dalje, ajmo još ovdje, izađi, ajmo, op.
Behind.
I zato su neki koncepti kojima naučimo, zašto tu na njega, ajde. Tako. Ajde.
Let's go.
Ajmo. Dobro.
Stop now.
Stop.
Stop.
Stani. Dođi vam.
Come here.
Dođi vam.
Now you pass the ball there,
Dođi loptu tamo.
and now
I ajde sad da se ne bavimo još uvijek. Evo
Set the
možeš
screen
da napraviš
here.
blokadu ovdje, ti idi tamo.
receive the ball there,
Primi
take a shot.
loptu, šutni. Ajde, primi loptu, šutni. Tako, ti pokupi
You go for the
loptu,
rebound,
ti pokupi loptu.
and you go down on low post.
Eto. I ti sad nastavljaš kretnju ovdje. Tu izađeš, primiš loptu, on primi loptu, tako je, da loptu, napravite i blokadu,
Set the screen for him.
tako, sačeka tu, ti
You
primiš
receive the
loptu,
ball,
pustiš
take a shot.
i tako dalje.
Is this clear?
Jer jasno
Okay.
ovo? Ajde. Recimo, ubacili
For
smo još
example,
jednog
we
igrača,
introduced
sad
one
radimo
more
neku
player.
džoglu da napravimo
Let's
bezveze.
make some
Samo da
cooperation in a
vidimo šta se
triangle.
može da se
But let's see
napravi
what
iz
we
ovog
can
rasporeda.
do
Ajde.
from this
Jeste malo
alignment.
komplikovanije,
It's a
ja
bit
ga
more
volim.
complicated,
Volim da
but
igrači
I
razmišljaju,
like this.
ajmo
I
dalje.
want players to think about what they're doing.
Izašao si, 1, 2, ajmo pas, idemo ovdje, op, evo, gotovo. Sačekaj, zašto čekaj, pusti da se spusti ovaj na niski post. Ajmo dalje. Tako, ajde.
And
I ovdje,
you,
kao
as
što
you can
vidite,
see,
svi rade
everyone is doing
Dolaze svi
everything.
iste pozicije na
So
terenu.
everybody's
Ovo
going
isto se
through
može da se
all different positions on the
napravi
floor.
Tako da se podeli ekipa na igrače koji
You can
primarno igraju
divide the
u
players
unutrašnjim
into
pozicijama, igrače koji primarno igraju na spoljnim
players
pozicijama
who
i da
are
se na taj način rotira.
playing on a
Ali,
low post
metodološki
positions or
nešto ja
to the
volim
outside,
kada
but
prođu svi igrači
in
sve, da se
methodology I
upoznaju sa
like
problemima posla
when
i tako
all the
dalje.
players are able to go
Idemo
through
sad,
all the
možemo da
positions.
napravimo
Now we can make cooperation
saradnju, da napravimo,
indirect
indirektnu
screen,
blokadu.
for example,
recimo,
all ball screen,
daj mi jednog igrača
Give me one
bez lopte
player.
ovdje.
without the ball here.
Da vidimo gdje je, sad.
As
Ti
you
do
pass the
loptu
ball,
stavi
stay
tamo.
there. You go out,
Izađi ti. Izađi.
go set the
Idi
screen
napravi blok.
for him. Now
Sad ovdje, mislim da je to bilo previše i svaki trener
I
ima
think it
svoju
was too much.
filozofiju.
What I want
Ono što
here is
mene zanima ovdje, znači kako oni
what kind of
koju
communication
vrstu
do they have?
komunikacije oni imaju, on
He's
sigurno
not gonna
neće
shout
da viče
for
odavde
him,
sad
you know,
ide,
I'm coming
odavde
for
blokadu i
screen.
tako dalje, ono, možda ga viče ako ovaj blene tamo nešto, pa je zaboravio i tako, znači ta vrsta verbalne komunikacije je, znači nešto nije u redu. Ja idem
I'm coming
brzo
fast
do
towards the
igrača,
player, and you're
gledaš
watching
tu
my
teknju, krenuo sam da
movement.
napravim blokadu, tvoja uloga
Your
je
role
tu
is to
sada da
prepare
pripremiš tu
the
blokadu,
screen.
moraš da- tako je. I
So
kad
when
je
is the
trenutak da
moment
ti odlično si prebonio težište na
the balance is
spoljnu
on
nogu tamo,
the outside
odatle
foot?
ćeš se odbiti na ovu stranu, ali
But
kad je taj trenutak kad ćeš
when
da
is the
se
moment when
odbiš
you're
da
gonna
kreneš
bounce
ovdje?
in?
To je,
That's a jump stop.
To je jump stop.
That the screener is making.
Stičiš u sitnim koracima i jedan sidan jump stop. To je 1-2.
That's it. That's the moment
Evo ga,
when
taj
he's
trenutak
changing
kada ti menjaš
direction,
pravac, ideš ovde,
and we're
sad ovde
following
pokrijemo
some
neke,
rules here.
ja mislim da je to
I think it is universal and there's no difference.
puno razlika, postoje verovatno neki detalji, znači on treba da sačuva ove genitalije ovde, da stavi,
He should
stavi
put
ovako
his
u
elbows into cylinder.
da ne bi napravio faul, da napuni pluće,
He should
da
be
se
ready
spremi
for
na
contact
kontakt
here.
ovde. A
So
ti kad se
you,
odbiješ
as you
ovde,
bounce
ti treba da
here,
prođeš ovde,
you
sad
have
je
to
to
get.
rame uz rame i ja ne volim, ja bi više volao da je
I would
to
like
rame
it
uz
to
skup.
be your shoulder to by his
Ali,
hip, but
da ne detaljišemo mnogo, to svaki
each
svaki
coach
trener
has its
to
own
ima,
philosophy.
prosto samo hoću vežbu
But
da
I just want to
pokažem
show you
u trenutku
what can be done. In the moment when he passed by him,
ti ćeš da se
you will separate, not earlier,
ne ranije.
and you will go to the opposite side.
Suprotnu stranu.
There.
Suprotnu stranu.
All the way there.
Skroz tamo. Tako.
And you will receive the ball
Ti ćeš
here
primiš loptu ovde
and take a shot.
da šutneš.
As you took shot,
Ti šutno,
you will
ti ćeš da pokupiš
go
loptu,
for the rebound, and you
a
will
ti ćeš da
continue
nastaviš ovde igraču.
with getting and setting. You will continue with setting screen to this player on the opposite
Da mu
side.
daš loptu nešto pre ovih čunjeva, da ne bi to, znači da on završi.
You should finish the drill here to take a shot from there. So if he took shot from there, he goes out and sets a screen here.
Hop, ovde sam završio.
So I go for the rebound.
Ti si šutno, izlaziš tamo dalje i radimo dalje. Znači,
We're
vežbamo
practicing basically
kontrablokadu.
off ball screen.
Vežbamo običnu indirektnu blokadu. Ajmo, nastavi. Kreni. Ovde, pas, tako, šut i idemo dalje. Ti ideš njemu. Ranije dodaj
Pass the
loptu,
ball
rekao sam,
earlier.
vidiš, sve čunjevi postoje, sve se zna gde šta treba, ajmo. Ajde. Daj mu loptu, ranije mu dodaj, tako. Idi po loptu, ajde, ti se, gde ćeš, pripremi. Tako. Ajde. Tako.
Okay.
Izađi
Go
ovde,
out.
ti kad si šutnuo,
You as you took the
ti si
shot,
ovde šutnuo si, onda si dali, izašao si ovde,
ask for the ball
kažeš,
first
si ovde
and then
krenuo,
go set
pa si
screen.
odvojio i tako dalje. Ajmo sada da dodaš loptu
I
igraču.
want you to pass the ball to the player under the rim.
Znači sada da dodaš
Closer to the
igraču
rim.
ovde koji će da odvoji.
He's gonna
Ovaj ide
separate.
gore, ti ćeš ovde kada je napravio blokadu, ti ćeš ovde da odvojiš, da
I
primi
want him to
loptu,
finish.
onda on završi i
And
tako
we're
dalje,
continuing.
nastavljamo vežbu.
So the
Igrač koji je išao malo pre
player
skok,
who
on
went
će
for the
primi
rebound,
loptu
he
i on
will
će
receive the
da-
ball and
Ajde.
he will finish.
Ideš. Lazaru lopta, tako je. Idemo dalje, ajmo. Hop. Ovde lopta, tako. Ajmo, brže, priđi tu, sad priđi sad. Priđi
Get closer with the
driblingom.
dribble.
Tako, priđi driblingom, tako. U zonu, tako, idi. I možemo da vežbamo.
And we can practice
Možemo
technique
tehniku da
here,
vežbamo, dalje
here,
otvara
whether he's
prednjom
opening
tehnikom,
with
da
a
li otvara prednjom tehnikom, gde, na kojoj strani.
front
tako
or
dalje,
back
tako
technique.
dalje. Ajde. Dobro.
That's one rule there.
Ajmo sada da opet primi
Now,
igrač loptu na šut,
I want the player to receive the ball for the shot, but to feed the player who is down.
Dođi mi u blokadu ovamo i dobio sam loptu, hop,
I
i
want
da
to feed him
podajem
down.
loptu
I
tebi,
want
da
to
sarađujemo nas dvojica
Us, two of us, to
izlaska
cooperate
iz
from
blokade.
this
Znači opet,
exit from the
pripremi
screen.
ovde dobro, idem, gdje sam ja, pripremi, izađi, primi, dodaj. Ajde. Može? Ajmo. Ajde. Tako, idemo dalje. Ajde. Drži ovdje lopta, dodaj tako, ajde. Ajmo sad. Tehnika dodavanja, taktika dodavanja.
Passing
Ovdje bliže
technique and
jedan
tactics
drugom.
as well.
I još uvek vid. Tako, ajde.
Okay,
Dobro,
good.
dobro. I evo ja vidim, nešto sam se ja umorio.
I
pa
got
sam
tired and I
pogledao
didn't
na
watch my watch,
Dosta
but
je bilo
this was
utrkački,
enough.
ali
But
čisto da ne ostane
now direct
direktna
screen,
blokada, da
I
ne
want to
ostane
take care of it
neobrađena.
as well, and I want to go
Gledajte,
through
ovdje
that.
igrači i tamo svi se
I just
loptu,
want
samo
one player
jedan
without the ball here. All the other players have the ball.
Evo možeš na
You
drugu
can
stranu
start
da
on this
kreneš.
side.
Znači ti kreneš ovde na ovaj
You
dribbling,
attack this cone
tu
with
ćeš
the
da
dribble,
napraviš leđnu
and you make a
napraviš leđnu promenu ili bilo
back
koji
crossover,
došao, ovde leđnu primeniš,
wait for him to
čekaš
come
njega, ideš ovde brzo,
by the
po
same
istom
rules
principu,
as with the
kao malo pre,
off-ball
znači,
screen,
jedan sitan jump
a little
ovde,
jump
kad je
stop
on se
here, so
namestio,
as
kad
he
krenuo, ovde idemo u pick and roll,
jumped,
ideš ti ovde napred,
go into a pick and roll,
kreni prvo ti izrolaj,
you take a shot off the dribble,
kako hoćeš, uglavnom kad si se odavde završio,
he picked up the ball, I'm coming out here and change direction,
pravac,
set screen,
napadamo dalje i idemo, vrtimo u krug, da svi prođemo.
and we have this continuity.
Posljednja direktna blokada. Ajde, ajmo. Idi, kreni. Tako, kreni, tako. Može, ajmo dalje. Tako, idemo dalje, ajde. Wow. Ajde, nastavi. Dalje.
Now, for example,
I sad recimo ti njemu dodaj.
you pass the ball to
Ovde
him.
sad mi možemo da zahtevamo.
You could have demanded here
tehniku zaustavljanja,
stopping technique, change the
promenu
rhythm.
ritma, onda da uslovimo trenera.
In the
sve u
next
sledećem
step,
koraku
we can
trenera
introduce a
stane
coach
ovde, pa
here.
trenera
If
koji je digao
the
ruku da on prođe
coach
dole,
stay
ako
there,
ne
he can
ostane
take a
ovde
shot,
da šutira i tako dalje.
stuff like that.
Sve još uvek sa nekom lakom, sa nekim uslovima i tako dalje.
Without
bez
any
ikakve
defense.
odbrane, bez ikakve suprotstavljanja.
We're playing this.
Idemo daj podelimo, ti mu podeli sad.
You can pass the ball to him however you want.
Nisam rekao. Odlično, 2-0 i lopta
So
ovde.
this is why we need practicing.
Ja ne mogu da očekujem.
Until this is made to perfection, this 2-0, you cannot have expectations to do it well in the conditions of the game.
Odlično, nego dobro u igri nema, apsolutno.
Until this is perfected,
Savršeno, ajde.
there is no way that in the game this will look well.
To ne znači da ne treba da igraju.
That doesn't mean that they should not play, but they need to be reminded of this all the time.
I sad ovde, ne znam, može se diriguje pas iza leđa,
You can tell them here to give pass behind their back or between the legs. The coach can give them different tasks. Stop.
Dobro, stop, idi. Dobro, ideš tamo.
Now here you have a task
Ti zadatak imaš ovde
to open up wide.
Ovom tehnikom, ne. Samo znači ovde si napravio, samo noga preko noge,
Just
tordu si
one leg
loptu, ideš 1-2,
over the other.
Znači, a ti imaš zadatak da odeš široko, odskočiš i iz leđnog pivota. Ne, tako to neće nikad proći.
So you have a task here.
Jedino su mrtvi pali, tako je, tako je. Viš da znaš, lepo te trener naučio, ja znam sigurno da znaš, ali to
You
moraš
should
svaki
pass the
dan
ball in
da
this way,
ponavljaš,
like previously showed.
a ja moram svaki dan da te na to opominjem i to je suština ovog posla. Ajmo. Tako, idi dalje, nastavi dalje, ajmo.
Okay, continue this.
Tako je, ajmo dalje.
Stop.
Ide, stani.
Why did you start?
Stani, što si ti krenuo?
Where did you go?
Što si ti krenuo? Jebem majku. Izvine ovoj steci.
Why didn't you start? Where did you go?
Pa gde si napravio blokadu? Pa šta sada treba da radim? Da ga vodim do tamo, šta? Pa vidiš gde je on? Ti mora da
You see where he is, you need to get it. I prepared the screen there, but
ali onda to više nije, onda je to moja igra 1 na 1 ovde, ja ću da odbijem tu blokadu.
go closer there.
Bliže tamo to radim, ajde, i bliže. To te je naučio ajde, dobro. Ne idi široko, zašto, ej?
Why did you bounce back? Why did you bounce before? Come here.
Ajde brzo. Ajde sad ja, mislim...
This is not a subject of this lecture, but I cannot go over this.
On je došao ovde. I ti si odmah odskočio.
You came here and you just bounced back.
A ja tebe čuo. I ti odskoči tamo gde si išao.
So what's the thing there?
Nije tu, treba tamo da iskočiš. Ideja je da će na njegovog odbrambenog igrača da iskačeš, ne na svog.
Your defender will stay there.
Ajde, dođi vam. I sad ja sam ovde otišao.
That's the cooperation that I want. You bounce back immediately before anything happened.
Baš mene briga, ja ću da odem sa njim. može on se otvara
You
koliko
bounce
hoće.
back
Tvoj će
after
ostati sa
using the
tobom, a
screen.
ja ću da odem sa njim. Evo, to je, mislim, bez odbrane možemo da
Without defense,
popravljamo
you can
detalje. Ajde.
adjust some details. That's
I
it.
sad ću to, tako
That's
je.
it, that's good.
Tako je. Ajde. Dobro.
Stop.
Stop, stop, odlično. Dobro, dobro, dobro. Super. Sve.
Get it back, get it back.
Vrati samo daj.
I know that we're losing nerves
Živce svi već polako.
already now, but
Gotovo sam trenuo, ne sekiraj se. Evo. Ja sam malo to... Dugo sam
I
radio
was
sa jednim mojim prijateljem.
working for a long time with one friend of mine, and I
Onda mi prešlo od
got
njega,
this from him,
a to je valjda moguće
and that's possible because I'm getting older, or
moguće zašto mi ostalo.
getting older, or
Ja onda tako volim da udavim.
I like to.
Idi jedan bez lopte.
I want one
čovjek.
player in the corner over there. On this
Sad na
opening
ovo
here,
otvaranje ovde
you
ideš
go a
malo
bit
širom.
wider.
Popravi ćošak, ovamo ideš
You make a
direktan
direct
pas,
pass with one
jednom
hand,
rukom. Ne, ideš
one-handed
normalno,
pass.
napadni ti, dakle, doći ovde. Ovde sam došao, ovde napadni ide.
One-handed pass and pass another one.
I tako dalje. Ti ideš po loptu, a gde ideš ti? A što?
He just
Sad
came
je
from
on
this.
došao odatle.
You go to the opposite corner.
A on je odatle došao, zašto tamo ideš?
Go to that yellow cone.
Vidiš da radimo saradnju.
We're doing cooperation between 3 players, and he goes to the ball side.
Znači, to je sad strana akcije. Ja sad ovde nastavljam. Ti si završio, ti si otišao posle toga. Ajde. Dobro, ostani. Ajmo. Idemo dalje. Evo. Tako. Ti ideš ovom ovde, ajde. Tako. Ajde, pas. Dobro, tako. Ajde, dalje. Ajmo. Nema veze, ti se bavi svojim poslom i onda si na klupi, jebi ga, nisi deo tima. Ideš po poslu, tako je. Ajmo dalje.
You're setting screen there.
Ti praviš blokadu.
That's not a good angle.
Ugao, kakva je to blokada?
It's a bad screen.
Ti praviš blokadu dalje.
There's no player
Ovdje
here.
nema igrača. Dobro,
Okay,
nema
stay
veze,
there.
Ostani tu. Odlično. Ma dobro,
Now
evo,
we-
sada trebaš tu.
now we
Sada
need you
trebaš
there.
tu. Ajmo, dađi ovo. Ajde.
This is the last
Evo,
thing.
to je posljednja, neću. Ima još.
You can do it with a handoff. There are much more things.
Ti ovdje odskoči malo, idi tu unutra. Idi
And
ovdje pa autoblok.
Self screen there.
Popni se malo, daj nazad loptu.
And
Ti
you
se
open
sad
up
ovdje
there.
otvori, ti mu daj sad loptu ovamo tako. Idi tamo. Gde ti sad? Idi po loptu.
You go for the rebound.
Idi po loptu. Gde ideš ti? Ideš u ovaj ćošak, tako je. Ajde.
You go to
Ovaj
this
ćošak
corner
ti
and you
nastavi
continue with the
blokadu.
screen there.
Ajde još. Ovo, evo. Ne možeš da stojiš tu.
You should not stay there.
Ne možeš tu da stojiš.
You need to move.
Moraš da se pomeriš. Moraš da se
Because I
pomeriš. Ja
was
sam tebe držao
guarding
tu.
you here
Ovdje je bila sad, ja sam tebe držao
until
dok
he
nisi
got
krenuo
there.
tamo. Gledaj. Idi ovdje, uzmi loptu.
I'm here on a first
Ja sam na
pass.
prvom pasu ovdje, sad ne dam da dam.
So as he
On
turned
čim je okrenuo, stop.
the corner there,
Gledaj gdje mu je lopta.
see where the ball is, where he's watching.
I sad, on više nije na strani akcije, on više strana akcije.
Even
tamo,
though
bez
the
obzira
ball
što
is
je
here,
lopta
the
uvijek ovdje. Tamo je sad strana.
ball side is over there.
Ja ako sam ovdje zato
If I'm in an open stance there, I have to move. The moment when I'm opening there, you have to separate from me, and
Tako, ideš tu. Sad ti
on a big
na
closeout,
veliki
you can
closeout
attack
možeš
or
da
you can
napadaš,
pass the ball
a
down.
možeš da ubaciš loptu unutra.
But you should not stay in a spot in the corner.
Moraš da se krećeš.
You need to move.
S tim što ja
But I
imam
have
za tebe
an
opravdanje,
excuse
ti si
for you
se
because you
umorio,
got tired. And that's it.
umorio i to je to.
Let's go,
Ajde
just
da prođemo još ovaj krug. Ajde.
make this one round and
I tu. Tako. Nule. A? Nije vadi. Dobro,
okay, good.
dobro,
So,
dobro.
guys,
Dakle,
there are.
ovdje još ima. Nisam pretpostavio da...
I didn't think that I would use this much time. Thank you for your patience and thank you for doing this with me on Sunday.
Evo, kad sam se ja umorio, onda mi je sve jasno.
One more time, I want to thank
Zahvalim
to Basketball Club Red Star, to my friends from Red Star, to Coach Milos and all the players who participated here and who helped me to do this here. After this, these are drills that are being done in the introduction part and that are repeated on a daily basis. Then in the main part of the practice, you can repeat something of this with some small defenses as a preparation for some way of playing with the serious defense. This play can be with some easy, some handicapped situations, and to help players to get the idea and to perfect the tactics, the group tactics. And you should put offense in some situation that will be useful for them later on in the game and make it easier in the game for them. This is the end. Okay, come here. Thank you.
Hvala. Kako vi to pozdravljate?
Who is the best?
Bravo.